Hey, sixth graders, I'm back. I've got a brand new lesson for you today. We're still in chapter 8, but we are going to be starting something brand new, something called inequalities. Okay, now that might be kind of a word you've heard before or maybe not, but inequalities are dealing with greater than or less than symbols. Okay, and I'm going to show you a few new ones today that maybe you have not seen before or heard of before, and that'll be really great. And then we're going to learn how to graph inequalities as well. Okay, so I'm going to head to the front so we can get started. Okay, so what we have here is a chart that you are going to want to keep very close to you. You'll be using this here a lot the next couple sections. So I would probably pause this, screenshot it, something that you need to do so that way you have this in front of you. Now, the two that you are familiar with are less than and greater than, right? Some of the phrases that we can use for the first one is less than or fewer than. Okay, that would mean the same thing. And then we have greater than or more than. Those are the same thing. The two new ones over here are less than or equal to, is at most, or is no more than. And what makes this one different than this is that little line underneath. Okay, so we've got a less than sign with a line underneath. And the line underneath signifies that we're talking about it could be equal to. Okay, so if it's less than over here on the left, over here, okay, that just means that your answer is less than whatever you're talking about. If you've got the little line underneath of it, that means that it could be less than or it could be equal. Okay, and then the opposite side of that is greater than or equal to, is at least or is less, is no less than. These phrases here are going to be the ones that you are going to want to spend the most amount of time trying to learn. Okay, because the first thing that they're going to have us do is to write word sentences as an inequality. So the first one says a number C is less than -4. Okay, so what we're looking at here is less than. Less than tells us we are going to use this symbol. C is less than -4. Okay? Now, just pretend real quick. What's a number that would work for C? Think about a number line, right? We've got 0 and we've got -4. What's going to be less than -4? I can do -5, -100, -53, 2, whatever I wrote. Okay, any of those things would work for C. That's all that that's saying. Okay, C is going to be less than a -4. Now we're going to have a number K plus 5 is greater than or equal to 8. So the thing here is just to follow along exactly what it says. A number K, so I'm going to write K, plus 5, well, we know that means to add 5, is greater than or equal to. So I'm going to go back to my little chart here, this one, and where do I see greater than or equal to? Right here. Okay, so I'm going to use that symbol, greater than or equal to 8. And that's how we do these, okay? 4 times the number X is at most 16. So we just literally write down what it says. 4 times a number X is at most, you're going to use your little chart, which is the less than or equal to symbol, 16. Okay, I think you can get the hang of that. The big thing there is just going to be using your chart. The next thing we're going to do is tell whether the given value is a solution to the inequality. So let's take our inequality here. We have x plus 1 is greater than 7. Okay? X plus 1 is greater than 7. And they are saying that x equals 8. And they want to know if that makes this inequality true. So I'm going to put an 8 where the x is. So now I have 8 plus 1 is greater than 7. What's 8 plus 1? 9. Is 9 greater than 7? Yeah, think of a number line. Yes, 9 is greater than 7. So we would write yes. You have to show all of this work and then write yes or no. Let's take a look at some more. Okay, here we've got 7y is less than 27. Okay, so what I'm going to do is rewrite the inequality, which is this part right here. 7y equals 27. Oh, not equals. See, that's what I said. This is going to be the thing to pay attention to. Is less than 27. Okay, y equals 4. And these two numbers right next to each other just mean to multiply. So I'm going to do 7 times 4 is less than 27. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 less than 27. Is 28 less than 27? No, it's bigger, right? So then we just write no. All right, 5 is greater than or equal to z over 3 if z equals 15. Okay, my inequality is this right here. 5 is greater than or equal to z over 3. And z equals 15. So all they really want us to do here is do 5 greater than or equal to 15 over 3. And a fraction really just means to divide. So I have 5 is greater than or equal to 15 divided by 3 is 5. Is 5 greater than or equal to 5? Yes, right? They're equal. So that does work. That's what that's asking there. Okay, 5 is equal to 5. So yes, 15 would be a solution to this inequality. Okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is graph on a number line. Okay? The first one we have is f is less than 7. So, here's what you're going to do. You're going to draw a number line. Okay? And I'm going to graph the number 7. So I'm just going to start with 5, 6, 7, 8. I have my 7 right in the middle. Okay. Now, if you are just using a regular less, oh, I shouldn't put a line there. Sorry. If you're using just a regular less than or greater than, okay, so we're talking about these two symbols right here. When you graph, you use an open circle. Okay, because we are not trying to include that number. It is not equal to, right? So we cannot shade in 7 because this is not equal to 7. It is only going to be less than 7. And I'm going to switch to green actually so you can see my lines a little better. Okay, so I'm going to put an open dot at 7, and then I need anything less than 7. Well, what's less than 7? Is it going to be to the right, to the left, or to the right? Obviously, to the left. So we're going to go this way and draw an arrow. Anything less than that 7 is going to be a solution to this inequality. So any number on the left of this number line you could put here, and it would make the sentence true. Okay, now the difference you see over here is now we have less than or equal to. So let's go back to draw, oops, sorry. Okay, let's go back to our number line. Okay, we got 5, 6, 7, and 8. Less than or equal to 7. This time, we're going to put a dot at 7, but we're going to fill it in because it's equal to the solution could be 7. And anything less than that, that's how you graph that, okay? You include the 7 because it could work. It could be equal, okay? So here's another one. We've got A is less than 4. So I'm going to make my number line. 2, 3, 4. Now, this is only a less than, so we use an open circle, and I need anything less than 4. Okay, one tip that I like, just this is kind of a little thing I used to remember. You see how it looks like this? It kind of looks like an arrow pointing that direction. Yeah, that's the arrow you need your line to go, right? So like I need this end here, which means it has to be going to the left. Okay, next one. We have -3 is less than or equal to P. So my number line would be like -4, -3, -2. Less than or equal to means I'm putting in a full dot and I'm going this direction because that matches that. Kind of want to do a greater than one. Okay, we'll do this one right here. N is greater than 0. So I've got -1, 0, -1. Greater than 0. Greater than, but not equal to. So we use an open circle. And see how my arrow's pointing that way? Which means my graph needs to go that way. I need numbers bigger than 0. And that's it. Okay? So what we've done, we have written inequalities, taken sentences and turned them into numbers. We have figured out if a number is a solution to an inequality, substitute those in. And then the last thing I just showed you how to do was graph inequalities. So those 3 things and you'll be good to go. I'll see you next time.